So, how's everybody doing? Have a little story here that we're going to get into. See here. It says family sues Stanford after student who spilled coffee on friend's alleged rapist is found dead. Well, this is intriguing, don't you think? The family of the late Katie Meyer, formerly Stanford University star soccer captain. How many soccer captains do they have that she's the star soccer captain? Is suing the university for wrongful death after mayor took in her dorm room in February. Last week, Santa Clara County ruled that there is no indication of foul play, and mayor's death was determined to be self-inflicted. That's pretty cut and dry, right? Prompting mayor's family to file a lawsuit on Wednesday. I don't know how that helps, but hey. So they waited for evidence to come out, and they were like, I don't like that. Let's sue. Weird way of doing things, but hey, people got a people. Mayor's death came almost immediately after she received notice that she faced disciplinary action for an incident in which she spilled coffee on a football player who allegedly raped her underage teammate. Now, this right here seems like a stupid thing to do. If you believe he did something, you report it and you let the authorities handle it. But if you want to do something to him because you believe your friend, then you might want to do that where there are no witnesses. She didn't do either of those things. She's a star soccer captain. She got more balls than anybody. So she decided, I'm untouchable. According to an email Mayor received on the evening of her death, this potentially put her diploma on hold, as it should, and also put her positions as a student and an athlete at the school in jeopardy. Of course, spilled coffee on someone. That is assault. You would hope she would face some consequences. I mean, she would want him to face consequences for his actions. Either we all playing by the rules or no one's playing by the rules. According to her family's lawsuit obtained by Sports Illustrated, the actions that led to Mayer's death began and ended with Stanford University. No, it began and ended with her actions. What are you saying? The suit calls the disciplinary charge against her reckless. How is that reckless? I mean, they said she spilled coffee, but I'm pretty sure she freaking chugged it at someone. Like, there's no way she made it look like an accident. So the charges aren't reckless. And besides, they didn't even charge her yet. And it claims that it caused Katie to suffer an acute stress reaction that impulsively led to self-deletion. She can't handle the stress of consequences from her own action. I'm pretty sure that coffee was probably hot, and dude couldn't handle the stress of getting burnt by hot coffee. Like, what? It's just weird. USA Today, which also obtained the lawsuit, reported that Mayer's family says her self-deletion was completed without planning and solely in response to the shocking and deeply distressing information she received from Stanford while alone in her room without any support or resources. Yeah? What's your point? Would the school should not have informed her that she would face consequences for her actions? What? She, she spilled coffee on somebody intentionally. It's an assault on school grounds against another student. And they have proof of it, unlike the allegations that our friend made against said individual. Weird people. No wonder she did something like that, if people like that raised her. The suit further claims that Mayer responded to the email informing her of the charge against her by expressing how shocked and distraught she was. What? She was, yet Stanford employees made no effort whatsoever to check on her well-being. What do you mean? They would, what? If someone assaulted somebody and they become shocked and distraught when the consequences are laid before them, you don't assume that they need help, like emotional support. I mean, you assume they will need help because they obviously have a psychological problem, but not emotional support. Unless she expresses that or did more than be shocked and distraught at bad news. That's not odd. The lawsuit names the school's board of trustees, president, deans, and associate deans, vice. So anybody that has some kind of power at the school, they named them. Got it. The university has responded to the family's lawsuit by denying any responsibility for it. Of course, you would deny it because you're not responsible. The Stanford community continues to grieve Katie's tragic. And we sympathize with her family for the unimaginable pain. Sympathize with the dude that got freaking coffee spilled on him. Pain that Katie's passing has caused them. However, we strongly disagree with any assertion that the university is responsible. Yeah, I would say so. D. Mostafi, Stanford spokeswoman. D. That's a dean. Mostafi confirmed that Stanford's Office of Community Standards, OCS, had received a complaint regarding alleged behavior by Katie that resulted in physical injury and launched a review of that allegation. The review prompted the OCS to move to schedule a hearing regarding her conduct and potential disciplinary action. Yes, as they should, said, but nevertheless, Mayer was offered an advisor to work with her throughout the process, told her she could have a support person of her choosing with her in any meeting or conversation. Yeah, I would assume they would do that, especially if there's a potential situation like that. And you would assume she would call her goddamn parents. And they could support her, but she didn't do that, did she? Mayer's family's legal team argues that her death is tragic reflection of a broader issues with the schools, not a broader issue with your parenting and possibly your kid's mentality, but it's the school. The school is responsible for your child's action. And I would assume that this soccer captain, who I would assume is in a leadership position, is what, an adult? Or they're all, how old are they? They're in college, right? Yeah, they should be adults. So she's definitely responsible for her own actions. Why? Greg GS Egregious, egregious, egregious. There it is. God damn it. Oh my God, that was painful. Egregious and reckless mishandling of its disciplinary process. They said in a statement to SI, it was SI, Stanford, no, Stanford something. The statement quoted an appraisal by a community committee at the school, which called this school's disciplinary process overly punitive and harmful to its students. She assaulted somebody. Through this litigation, we will not only obtain justice for Katie, no, you won't, but also ensure necessary change is put into place to help protect Stanford students, not from Katie, students, and provide safeguards when students are in need of support. Statement continues. It can't be emphasized enough that Mayer died shortly after facing punishment for retaliating against. She didn't retaliate against someone. She attacked someone. She attacked him. It would be a retaliation if they were in a fight, but they weren't. She attacked him against a student who allegedly minor on her team. I mean, even the police can't even do that. The police could come and arrest him for that, but they can't just go up and just start throwing coffee at him. Like, what the unfair treatment? How is it unfair? Of Mayer faced is the latest in the university's history of preparing to protect assailants. No, they protect students. They protect students, and you have to have some sort of investigation, and you have to prove that this person is guilty before you can do something to them, like attack them with coffee at the expense of victims. Chanel Miller, who was assaulted by former Stanford swimmer Brock Turner. Now they're saying she was assaulted. Have they proven this? Has said the university failed to offer her sufficient resources in following. Well, she only told her friend who went and attacked this person. Did she went to the school? I'm pretty sure if she said that to the school, they would definitely provide her with resources. Around the same time that Turner was found guilty, he was found guilty. Damn. Shit, well, my bad. Dude was guilty. Or I would hope he's actually guilty and not just punished based on the allegations. The school faced a separate lawsuit for allowing a student known to have forced to. Well, you can't do that. You can't then prove the dude is guilty and then retroactively freaking try to punish the school for not doing something to him before it was proven. That doesn't make any sense. Stanford's response to criticisms of how it handles campus assault has largely been to restrict alcohol and discourage. Okay, I see what they did. I see what they did there. Because she was drunk, that's how they found him guilty. Restrict alcohol. They were both drunk. It was probably they were both drunk situations, but she's the only one that can't consent. Yeah. Okay, I see. Students from walking on dark, unlit pathways on campus at night. The school's punishment for Mayer, which her family says led to her death, shows how little has changed over the years. She still assaulted somebody. Regardless, even if he was found guilty at the moment she assaulted him, it would still be a problem. Everyone was wrong in this situation. Everybody was wrong in this. All right. It's enough of that. God, I can't believe I struggle on that word. Egregious. I've just never seen it written down before. Anyways, till next time.